Hey guys. So in this episode, we wanted to discuss Michonne's Devastation, which the title says. Um, so before we even get to Carl, let's do a rewind back to the scene where Michonne opts to not follow Rosita and the others down into the sewers, and she kind of gets this faraway look in her eyes, she's kind of checked out. And it was actually kind of reminiscent of Rick in No Way Out when Carl is shot. Like, he just kind of walks away. So Michonne puts the man cover back over the hole and just walks away and wanders around town. And you can see how, again, devastated she is seeing the destruction of this place that's been her home. Not even just her home, a place where she further solidified her family unit, her immediate family unit with the Grimes family, obviously. And it's being destroyed right in front of her. And I think it's definitely a true PTSD moment for her. And then when she runs into that savior, she starts hacking at him. She's hacking at this. Well, she stabs him, but then she's just going to town on this guy.
That savior was kind of rapey. I mean, he grabbed her from behind, remember, and he whispered. I forget the exact thing that he said to her in her ear, but it was like something to the effect of nobody's coming, or the saviors are coming. Like, it was like something to the effect of like no help is on the way, and like more enemies are on the way. But he did it in like a weird sexual way. Like, he was like, no help is coming. Like, it was very. It was like more than just like violent.
Well, even then, that's still not Michonne's personality to like hack at someone. That's more of a Rick thing. So she was clearly, to me, she was coming.
And he stopped her.
Yeah, he stopped her. Usually it's the other way around. Usually Rick's flying off at the handle. He goes on a rampage. Like, that was kind of Michonne's version of it. And that was, to me, that was another callback to, I'd say, No Way Out.
My favorite episode, by the way.
Which Carl's life was also in danger in, ultimately. So then Rick finds her and kind of reels her back in, but then we get to this sewer scene and she sees Carl sitting there, and I think Denai did a brilliant job. She just collapses to her knees. Like, I hope she has some knee pads on doing that scene, or there was like a pad underneath her. But she just drops like a dead weight at seeing, her son dying, basically. And
again.
Well, this time she knows there's no coming back from a walker bite. It's just
not in your stomach.
Like a gunshot, there's hope. Even if it's a gunshot to the face, there's still hope that he'll be okay. But there was just this was it, and she knew this was it. And what's so heartbreaking is that she lost her first son to walkers. She lost Andre to walkers, except that was definitely more grisly. He was like Eden.
Yeah.
She came back to see the remains of that, but like she's losing her second son to walkers, and I'm, in the large frame of this, now that she's lost a son with the man someone who's stronger than Mike, so they can get through it together, but I feel like Michonne is going to be more vulnerable somehow at this loss. I just feel like, she's been down this road before, and she almost lost herself. But now she has Rick with her, and he has her equally, and I think they'll help each other get through it. But my God, like what a hell of a journey for two parents to go through.
I'm not sure exactly who's going to take it worse. Actually, I'm kind of on the fence about that one. I mean, to me, that last scene where, she like drops to her knees, obviously in shock, but they're both on their knees like at the end of it, and they both kind of have like the same look on their face, which is just like, neither one of them are like sobbing, crying at that point. Like,
she was already crying. It's just
but he is too. Like, you can see,
starts to cry, yeah.
But it's like neither one of them are in like the like the sobbing stage. They're both just like in such shock that they don't even know how to react.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because Michonne, when she lost her family the first time around, she becomes like a lone wolf and a mute almost with their remains.
Yeah, she won't do that this time.
She won't. Yeah, and then Rick, when he lost Lori, he was walking around crazy, hearing
He's not
ghosts
going to do that
everywhere.
this time either.
So, but the two of them together, like I don't know how that's going to pan. But I just wanted to.
There's insinuations that it's going to turn to rage. I mean, this is like a thing that I've noticed about Rick is anytime that something really, really bad happens, there's like a sadness moment, and then it immediately goes to rage that he takes out on the walkers, right? It happened with Lori, it happened with Carl when he got shot in the eye.
It happened with Michonne being taken by the Saviors, even though he didn't get a chance to finish that rampage because of bullets. But he was definitely about to go on the hacking.
He's sad for like a couple seconds. It also happened actually when Glenn and Abraham died. Remember when Negan throws him out of the Winnebago and he's forced to get the axe? He grabs it and then he's so furious. Like he's just hacking away at him left and right.
I don't think that's going to happen though.
He kicks one in the stomach and like smashes its face against the Winnebago. Like that's not what you would do if you were just trying to survive. He was like, enjoying killing the walkers. He goes on walker rampages when he's really upset. I don't think he's going to do that either. But I think this is going to be maybe a moment where both of them break their normal patterns because it's just such a unique situation.
I definitely want to see them both grieve together, but ultimately I wanted to bring light to this because it was such a quiet, sad moment. It was such a powerful moment for Michonne, and not a lot of people are talking about it. Obviously, I'm going to talk about it because duh. And I just thought it was such a great moment for her character, and it was beautifully done by Denai, and I just wanted to throw some recognition out there. So, also, another level to that is because oftentimes there's this rhetoric that Michonne's just a killing machine. We know that's not true, and this was just further proof of that, of her humanity and how she can be broken emotionally. So she was broken before she hopped down there in the sewer, and now she's gonna just be really. I mean, I know she'll come back, but anyway, I just wanted to discuss that scene. So
yeah, I mean, there's also like another thing in the trailer footage for the next season where it was like actually the sneak peek footage at the end of Talking Dead where they showed that there was this like huddle involving Dwight where he was saying like what they should do next.
Yeah.
And Michonne is just like standing there kind of like half listening, and then when the huddle gets broken she just sort of like turns away but like doesn't really say anything, and like although there's no tears in her eyes, it's the same look on her face that she had when she dropped to her knees in shock when she knew of I mean it seems like she's almost kind of like catatonic, and maybe there's going to be like a period of that sort of thing where it's like it's going to take a while for it to even like really fully register what just happened. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be crazy because, Carl's got one more scene, one more episode, and I hope that there's
technically not, because there's always room for like we started with flashbacks. There's going to be more flashbacks.
One more episode where he's alive.
Yeah.
I hope that I'm sure they're going to do this, but I'm sure there's going to be a pretty emotional goodbye to both his dad and Michonne, which I'm not really looking forward to watching. That's probably going to make me cry, but that's going to be crazy. I mean, we're just going to have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Any more about that?
No.
As always, if you guys like our content, subscribe right here. Also, follow us on Instagram at RLRichonne, and check out the brand new blog, TheLivingRichonne.com. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.